You know, I had it in my mind to keep up with my New Year's resolution, but I'm thinking it's probably a good time to rescind that. 26 days as of me recording this video into the new year, and I think it's a good time to just stop that resolution. And I understand a few of you have commented to me over these past few weeks and months that you don't like my aggressive tone. You hate how much power I have behind my silver tongue when talking about stupid people doing stupid things online, and you want me to be a little bit nicer. And I took it to heart, and I tried my best, but you gotta understand something. All these people who do these stupid things for the dumbest reasons, they deserve the power of the verbal lashings that come from the sexiest black YouTubers. So I hope you understand why I have to give this up. And before I continue on with this video, I would just like for you all to know, because I feel like I might repeat this throughout the video. Just because you see someone of significant influence, power, or financial growth do something doesn't mean you should replicate it, because 10 times out of 10, you and I, being the regular human beings, we're gonna face consequences first before that individual who's rich and powerful does, because they're up here and we are down here. Just wanted to make that clear. In case you didn't know, oh, crumpa wumpa dumpa, after you spend 10 seconds in her pumping, Donald Trump is now the president of the United States. And after he was inaugurated into that position, there was a after-party press conference where a bunch of people spoke to all the supporters of old Donald Trump. And one of those individuals was Elon Musk. And after speaking to the people in that funny-ass accent, he put his hand on his chest. "My heart goes out to you," is what he said. And then he shipped his hand out into the public eye. And if you looked at it, it kind of looked like a certain salute associated with a funny-looking mustache man. And you would think, all right, that's just a weird gesture that he put out there, and there's really nothing of it. And then he turned around and did the exact same thing. And I was just like, oh, so you really was committed to making that be the specific hand gesture. It wasn't just like a spur of the moment. You repeated it. And honestly, after I saw that, I honestly thought nothing of it, because I had more important things to do with my day. But I am not the internet, and the internet saw that and they had a field day, because when you see somebody doing something that kind of looks like what an evil person has done in the past, that is significantly known with being associated with a group of evil people, you tend to be highly emotional about what you just saw. And people were criticizing that. And to respond to that criticism, a bunch of people became historical buffs, and they used Google to say, oh, well, actually, this isn't what you think it is. It is a Roman salute. And I'm going to be the one to cop to it. Throughout all of the years I spent in the educational system, growing up from pre-K to 12th grade and even into my college years, never once heard anyone say that this salute was associated with the Romans. It was always, based on where I grew up, associated with the Nazis. And it was something nobody should have even been doing as a joke, because there was significant history behind it that was clearly offensive. And maybe that's indoctrination. Maybe that's me growing up realizing that, hey, probably not in my best interest to do this, and so I won't do it. Who knows? I was just someone who grew up in the educational system in the South. And I looked at all this discourse and thought, okay, this is all stupid, especially when you got the ADL coming out and saying, everybody put the pitchforks down. I know we, the ADL, are known for calling everything anti-Semitic, but this really isn't that. So we should just put the pitchforks down and we should all focus on something else. And I thought people were going to do that, but people looked at the ADL and said, yeah, you're all a bunch of idiots. You don't know what you're talking about. This is clearly a bad message. This is clearly a bad precedent, yada, yada, yada. And I honestly thought it was gonna stop there and everybody was gonna move on to the next thing. But I want you to look at the screen. I want you to pay attention. Look at my two hands. We're gonna play a little game. We're gonna play the game of, oh, let's just see how far this goes. On this hand right here are the people who were clearly upset about what Elon did. And they made all these videos and TikToks and tweets about how this was offensive and how they were clearly upset by it. And in response, the people on this hand said, oh, you're all just a bunch of snowflakes, overly emotional, and you don't know what it's like, and you don't know anything. It was a Roman salute. And these people over here who were overly sensitive about it, they had a choice. They could, accept the fact that they weren't going to get their point across without being called a snowflake, or they could throw out the challenge. And so they threw out the challenge. Okay, if it's not as bad as you say, then do exactly what Elon did.
To everyone defending Elon and what he did, I want you to do it. Do it. Post yourself on here doing it. Do it when you guys greet each other in public. Come on, have it be your thing. Own the libs, right? Prove to us that it wasn't what we thought it was. Do it.
And I recognized what I was seeing because I saw it in an infamous clip of a black news anchor talking to a white news anchor about the N-word, and the white news anchor was saying, I'm being admonished for things when there's rap music promoting all of this heinous verbiage, and the black news anchor said, okay, so say the N-word.
You have African-American rappers saying N-word this and N-word that, but a Caucasian can't.
So say it.
Say what?
Say the word you want to say.
I'm not saying that I want to say it, I'm just saying that I can't.
Sure you can. Say it. Say it right now. I will say it with you.
Okay, this is hypocritical. You know we can't.
Sure you can. This is America. Both of you. Say it.
All right, I think we can move on.
Why? Why move on when you want to say it? Both of you want to say it. Huh?
And it was the most infamous clip of news history. And I recognized what was going on here. And these people who were calling everybody sensitive, they had a choice. They could accept what they were walking into and just take the L on the subject matter, and everybody could move on to the next thing everyone's going to fixate on. Or they could take the bait and start doing exactly what Elon did. And because of the title of the video, you know exactly what they did.
Thank you so much to every single one of you. We are almost to 1 million supporters on this app. My heart goes out to every single one of you. Thank you so much for all the love and support.
Say whatever you want before or after, but do the hand gesture.
I'm gonna do it. Good morning, Joanne. How are you? My heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to you. Hope you have a good day. So, Joanne, you know how stupid your video was?
You want to know something funny about some of those videos you just saw? Some of those individuals know what they doing, and they know how bad it would look to be on social media busting out that salute. So they put their hand to their chest and they just offshoot their arm to the side so that nobody sees what they're doing so they can't get in trouble for it. That's pussified. You know what you was doing. You know how bad it looked. All that bravado that y'all have to all these people daring y'all to do it. You know how bad it would look. That's why you doing it off to the side. Oh, well, Leah, you have to think about the aspect ratio of TikTok. You could back up and clearly do it, but you're not gonna do it because you and I both know that busting out that type of salute, no matter if you start talking about, oh, it's a Roman salute or your heart goes out to the people, you know that these moderators and all these bots that make sure that everybody's following code of conduct on social media is not gonna go for that, and they would yeet or punish you for a certain time period for what it is that you was doing. You thought you was slick, but you didn't win that competition. Then you got other people who are just completely bold with it, just busting it out at their place of employment. And what have I been saying for the past couple videos? If you gonna do something dumb, don't do it in your uniform. Don't do it where you work, because people are gonna see that. They're gonna find you out and find who you are, find where you work, DM, email, call the boss and say, did you know you was hiring somebody doing things like this? And then the boss gonna come in and worry about their reputation and their brand more than you, and they gonna fire your ass much like they did this dumb bitch. Why? Because company only cares about brand, and when you fucking with their brand, they gonna fuck over you by firing you, and that's your fault. No amount of apologizing to a bunch of strangers online gonna ignore the fact that you fell for some bait. You fell for the most obvious bait under the sun. They wanted you to step in shit, and instead of just looking down and saying, no, that's shit, I don't want to do that, you took your shoe off, you took your sock off, you stretched your foot, and you put your hand, you put your foot, not your hand, your foot squarely in some shit, and you rubbed it in saying, ha, I stepped in shit. Well, where's everyone going? I probably just stepped in shit like you wanted. What's the issue here?
Consequences. Awareness is great. Resistance is great, but it's not enough. We need to actively be fighting back and dismantling, disrupting, and destroying their plans 3Ds always sounds good, doesn't it?
Yep, that is exactly what it looks like. That is a woman named Sydney McDaniels in the salon where she works, Platinum Salon in West Virginia, doing the Elon salute. Now, I'm not going to show the video, but you can find it right here on Dinesh's page. I'll tag him in the comments. And of course, he's already confirmed who this woman is, and she is backpedaling hard. Now she's claiming, oh, I was just referring to Elon Musk. My heart to yours. I was not even thinking of the vile side of it. Girl, we don't believe that for a second. And you know why? Because here you are laughing and giggling while you're doing it and then flipping off the camera. And true to form, Dinesh called her out and did a side-by-side comparison for her. She claims that she was just ignorant and that she didn't mean to and that she was so sorry. And this is why I love Dinesh, because he flat out called her out. He said, you did that because you thought it was funny to piss off the libs, which we all know is what was happening. And of course, immediately after Dinesh called her out, she's taken down her socials. An innocent mistake doesn't put this caption on the video as they're posting it. And maybe next time you decide to show your whole ass, try not to film your video where you can easily be identified or have your address on the door or really unique decor that could easily be seen in your place of business.
And then there's the weirder aspect where there's a video of a mother, grown adult, getting her child to participate in on this and then trying to rationalize it. I don't know why you did that. You hid your child's face. Good job. But you didn't hide yours. And now people are going to scour the internet looking for you. And then they're going to find the child. And then somebody's going to be stupid enough to spread the word around the school the child goes to. And then the child's going to be bullied. Why? Because the parent wanted to got you with a bunch of strangers online instead of just realizing that she was falling for some obvious bait.
How dare you do that to him? You were his mother. He trusted you. And you're going to let that follow him around for the rest of his life? Your decision? She has this posted on all of her social medias. I blurred the face out, not her. Even all those people that I called out for hiling Hitler, all those adults, even they would say what you're doing is messed up. And I know your husband was recording too. You're both horrible parents. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself. That's disgusting.
And here's the fucking problem. You can say it's a Roman salute. You can say your heart goes out to the people. The rest of the world is going to view that only one way. Why? Because of the fucking history books. I'm going to say it again. At no point did anybody ever say that that was a Roman salute to me. And maybe that's a failure of the American educational system. Or maybe that's just me recognizing, hey, this thing clearly associated with a bad. So I'm not going to participate in that whatsoever. And I'm almost certain somebody's said something along the lines of, oh, well, what about all these people who've done the exact same thing? I'm gonna need you to worry about the context surrounding those still images before you try to get a got you on me, because no matter what, I'm not busting out any of these hand movements. Why? Because I value my reputation where I work and I value my online presence of being a content creator. And so I'm not going to risk it by trying to participate in some pointless meme that everyone's going to forget about in the next 3 weeks.
Oh, so you're okay with them doing it, but not when he does it? Only because they didn't do it? Yes, they did. Have you seen the video clips those still images are from? No. Shall we watch them? No, thanks. Oh, look, he's waving. And she's pointing. Never crossed her body with her arm. Oh, look, she's waving. Okay, but the Tim Waltz clip, you can't deny that. Yeah, I'll play this game. Let's first take a look at how the salute is done. Why? So we're on the same page. It's performed by extending the right arm from the shoulder into the air with a straightened hand. Yeah, exactly what Tim did. Let's watch the clip. So he taps his heart twice, and then his arm does cross his body, but his hand is bent, his palm facing the audience, and his fingers are sprawled out in a wave. Wow, so he didn't do it just because you like him more? I am not a politician apologist. I do not idolize any of them. I am just a person with eyes who can clearly see the difference here. All I'm hearing is you excusing them for doing it while you cancel him for doing it. And all I'm hearing is you admitting that he did it. No, I'm not. You just said that I'm canceling him for doing it while excusing others, which implies that you know that he did it. No, that's not. He was just throwing his heart out there. No, this is him throwing his heart out there. This is something entirely different. And you know it.
And I would hearken other people need to get on board with that, because ruining your reputation, ruining your livelihood, all for the sake of participating in some joke with a billionaire is not going to help you. Because remember what I said, billionaire? up here. You and I, the regular human beings, we're down here. We're gonna face the criticism first. We're gonna get the backlash first before anybody at the top does. It's gonna beat us over the ass before it beats anyone else at the top. And it's just that simple. It's been the game for I don't know how long, and I don't know why people don't seem to get it. I don't know why people feel like it's a good idea to, for some reason, willingly do dumb shit. But you should stop. It's not a good look. Leave this conversation where it is. Don't make this a trend, because after you feel so proud sending your heart out to the people, you're gonna be online crying, why is everybody attacking me? I lost my job because you people called my... No, you lost your job because you wanted to be big and bad on social media, and your brand found out, your workplace found out, and they said get the fuck, because they don't need that working with them. They don't need that as a part of their brand, and they're not going to allow that to be a part of their brand. And if you have a problem with it, start your own business. Go work for somebody who doesn't care about their brand and they make money anyway. There are jobs out there that will allow you to do whatever you want up until a certain point, because let's be honest, every company got a rule and a threshold, and if you break their threshold, they're gonna fire your ass. So don't just take my word as, oh, you could do whatever you want at a certain job. That is not true. Everybody has their own thresholds. Remember that. Don't just be going doing willy-nilly shit. And remember, don't throw your kids into it either. Just let them grow up and not see things like that, because it's not really good to see them operate and copy a bunch of stupid people doing things off of a trend. We had a problem with the cinnamon challenge. We should have a problem with the busting out salute challenge, because it's not good. I want to wrap this video up asking a couple of questions, just so that we're all on the same page. If you just so happen to hear me out throughout the entirety of the video and you made it this far, if I dared you to record yourself violating a child, would you do it? I hope the answer is no. If I dared you to record yourself robbing a store, would you do it? I hope the answer is no. If I dared you to look at your mother or your father, your grandmother, your children, whoever, and record yourself beating them to near death, would you do it? I hope the answer is no. What is the point I'm trying to get across? Being dared to do something that is clearly dumb and posting it on social media is the most obvious fucking gotcha that all these people I showed you fell for. And they're gonna get mass DM'd by a bunch of people. They're going to have their jobs contacted. Some of them are going to have their children be bullied because they posted their children on social media. And that's not Elon's fault. That's not Trump's fault. That's not anybody's fault. But these people who fell for an obvious fucking dare and a challenge to test how stupid one can truly be, and they fell for it hook, line, and sinker, and that is dumb. You can have these conversations about Roman salutes all you want. That don't escape the fact that when a mass group of people start spewing outrage and discomfort about something, and you are not Elon, you are gonna get that phone call of, hey, we got a report that you were doing this, and after checking to see that you did it and can confirm you did it, we no longer need your employment. And then you sitting there scrambling to find a job, and then you go look for one, and then they find out who you are, and they say, oh, well, you got a pretty good resume, but you went viral a couple months ago for doing a bad salute. What do you have to say? I don't know how many people are going to truly believe that, oh, I was just doing a Roman salute and people blew it out of proportion. That's the world we live in now, where if you do something dumb and a bunch of people view it as offensive and they start spamming messages about where you live and where you work and all that shit, the consequence falls on you, not them. So stop falling for the fucking bait. And it's not me being a pagan saint. Everybody who's watching this video right now, and yes, especially you, motherfucker, has done dumb shit in their life. But I think, and I probably shouldn't say this, the benefit of a lot of people who've done that dumb shit is that they didn't post it on social media for everybody to see, because they're not pining for attention, which, whether you like it or not, is smarter than just busting out a salute or hurling out a slur for everybody to see online, because the obvious consequence is a bunch of people finding out where you work and where you live and harassing you until your end times. Does it suck? Yeah, but that's the consequence and the bullet you bite by posting that shit on social media. So for now, until this becomes an end topic that nobody brings up anymore, can y'all not fall for this fucking dare? That's clear bait that's gonna get you in trouble. And can y'all just move on to the next subject matter like we're supposed to do as the well-endowed Americans that we truly are? Good. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I will see you all in the next one. Mwah! Goodbye.